I heard his voice, and it says like, "Dude, you have absolutely everything you can imagine, and you want to take your own life? Like you helping so many other people, you cannot help yourself." And I'm not you right now. 30 seconds later, Jessica, my girlfriend, comes into the room and says word for word. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" And she opened the blinds. "You done. You coming out. Like, you done. You not sick. You good. You got to get out of the bed."
Welcome to another episode of Coffeez. Jarek, it's a pleasure having you. We've had some great discussions before the show, and you know, what you've told me so far has been truly, truly inspirational. Coming from Poland to America, not knowing the English language, how did you come to this country and really break through into entrepreneurship so quickly?
It's funny. I did it. Like everything happened unconsciously because when I got here, I started washing dishes and going through school and doing everything, and I truly didn't know. Like my entire life, I was always doing something on my own, like selling bottles. Looking for like little deals when I was in Poland. Like always looking for something, but I did not have the skill. And when I moved here, and if anybody's listening to this, I want to know one conversation, like even the conversation I have right now, one sentence changed my life. Because I was selling my cars and I was like buying cars at the auctions. So I was working full time as a dishwasher. Then I was going to school, to college. And then I was buying and selling cars at after the accident with the salvage title and selling them for like, buying them cost me like around 5 grand, selling them for 6 grand. So on each car, I make $1,000. So there was always a real estate bag in my head, but it was just a real estate. If I buy a home for 50,000 and sell it for 60, I make 10 grand, right? Instead of 1,000. And there was one conversation, one sentence changed my entire life. One sentence. There was a family of my girlfriend at that time, and they said, yeah, they have a fourplex. They live in one of them, and they rent the other three. And I'm like, what? Say it again. Yeah, we have a fourplex, and those three people pay for our rent. That's it. I got home. I told my girlfriend, hey, by the way, we're getting married. And next year, we're moving to Colorado because, I was in school in upstate New York, Rochester. If anybody knows where it is, it's a hateful place. It's miserable. It's always raining over there. And moved to Colorado, buy my first fourplex. Owner occupied. Then a few months later, I bought another fourplex, owner occupied. But the first one, I bought it. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I bought it with $50,000. I sold all my cars, borrowed money, and bought my first fourplex. The second fourplex, 6 months later, I bought owner occupied, and I only paid 5 grand. I took like 97% financing. The third one I bought using my X credit, and that's how it started. So those three fourplexes then it turned to 16, 12, and 17 units, then 50 units, then 100 units, 200 units, 500 units, 1,000, 2,000, and it just took off.
Wow. So you've just been buying multi-unit properties for decades.
Yeah. But I remember I'm a long-term holder. I'm not a flipper. I'm a long-term holder. I buy and hold.
There's not the margins on those aren't much though. You're only making after your mortgage and everything.
But what happens is when you buy something and then you hold it,
Eventually
and
pays off.
then it pays out because what happened? The interest goes up, and the rent goes up, and the equity grows, and then you just take the money free out, equity, without taxes, and you just reinvesting, and then you have if anybody's listening right now have a good track record, then people will throw you money. There's so many people out there they don't know what to do with money. Attorneys, doctors, people that are successful in their own businesses, they truly don't know how to turn money into more money. And if you have a track record and you know how to leverage money, I mean,
Sky's the limit.
the sky's the limit.
Yeah. Wow. So what was that 21-year-old version of you? You weren't an entrepreneur. You were just an
I didn't
immigrant.
even know the word, brother. You know when I learned the word, like maybe when I was 40. I didn't even know what it means. I think everybody does. That's what you have to do. You have to, just be good in business. Or there was like I always treated my business like work. You know, and I was sedating with work, you know, and like everybody thinks sedating is a drug, alcohol. No, I was sedating with work because I worked like 20, 22 hours a day. Because that's the thing, I was good at something. Suddenly, like, you know, I was good at something and I found completely like a high out of it until I completely, like, you know what, I have enough. I think I have enough. You know, I was waiting. 2008 came in. In 2008, I just bought a lot of properties, 10 cents on the dollar. I won lottery. So I won lottery when I moved to the United States, getting a green card, and that I won lottery when 2008 happened. When Lehman Brothers out of business, I just bought more and more. And in 2010, it's like that's the second time I'm like, I'm done. I retired. I don't do this again. And then 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad. That didn't pay out. You know, there was not enough. Like, you know, I was built for more than that. So I started doing Ironman. When I started doing Ironman, then I started sedating with workouts. But by rules of society, wow, you're doing something good because it's like, wow, Jarek is successful. Jarek is doing this. But the only thing I was escaping truly myself. I didn't want to deal with the demons and all the not enough, the voices, the inner dialogue that I couldn't control. So I needed more and more and more to prove the whole world that I'm enough, that I'm love. And guess what? It never happened. And in 2020, when COVID happened, I got divorced and COVID happened. So, of course, in the COVID, I knew about COVID that is gonna happening like in October because they asked me to move my money. So when COVID happened, I just went back to work. I started buying more real estate. And 2021, I completely crushed. Like I'm on the top, like on the top of the mountains. You know, I'm mentally strong. I'm emotionally strong. I found a connection with God. I don't drink. I don't sedate with drugs or alcohol. I found the love of my life. I build relationships. I'm physically fit, and I'm broken inside. You know, I got sick 3 days, 6 days. Suddenly, I ended up in my bed for 40 days, and it's time to go. The demon got me. You know, almost got on my boat and do the let's dive. But I don't wish anybody to go through the pain.
What was the catalyst for you to have that spiritual awakening?
You know, at that when I was laying in bed and when I was going through, there was a lot of wake up calls with a lot of like niches like touching on me, and I call it as the voice. It's the, you know, like I have a, like the good angel and the bad angel. But when I almost commit suicide, I heard this voice and it says like, dude, you have absolutely everything you can imagine, and you want to take your own life. Like you helping so many other people, you cannot help yourself. And I'm not shitting you right now. 30 seconds later, Jessica, my girlfriend, comes into the room and says word for word. I'm like, are you kidding me? And she opened the blinds. You done. You coming out. Like, you done. You not sick. You good. You got to get out of the bed. And I'm like, I got to share my journey. You know, my entire life, I was looking for validation from outside sources, you know, to get successes, to get the kudos, and I'm empty on the inside. And if I have it, none of the hardship happened, none of the death, none of the betrayal, none of the loss, none of the financial struggles. I have everything, and I go through depression and suicidal thoughts. What about people that truly, truly have a reasons to go through it?
Yeah, they have. What about the people who have nothing? And
Exactly, and they're happy. So, so I started looking for the journey for the happiness and follow my voice. But it took me probably 2 years to recover from all the stuff. You know what I mean? I'm still. You know what I'm telling? That I'm like alcoholic. I'm workaholic. And now I'm a recovering depression holic. So it's like, you know what I mean? Everything I've done, it was always to more, more, more. And I just realized now the more is less. So
you know, the life. If we could just get our life to be more simple, we'd be more happy. And the more we complicate, the more that we desire things that we don't need to impress people that don't care about us.
that's really, and but you know what? I, a lot of entrepreneurs, because that was my bubble, right? We are people pleasers. Okay, yes, we do this for ourselves, but we just do it just this for employees, this is for the kids, this is for wives, we do everything for everybody. We don't do it for ourselves. Can you imagine? I'm 53 years old man that every single day I date myself. I truly take myself on a date, and it's my time.
How do you date yourself?
I
I'm
I
curious for
I
myself.
I truly like this is an hour nobody can interact. I don't do the phone, and I stay with my own thoughts with myself. I
Do
don't
you
run the
journal? Do you
errands.
work
Yeah,
out?
I don't. Yeah, no. I do that anyway. No, that's what happens is when you stillness and boredom for entrepreneur is the best shit ever. But because we cannot, we think we can only work with chaos. Chaos is our friend. No, chaos is not our friend. We hate to be bored and we hate to be still. And this was the best idea, the best creative it comes. And we feel uncomfortable. When I sit down first time, when you're successful, you have a lot of, enemies, right? So I have a deal that went sour in Dominican Republic and I got under, the guy got me under red notice, Interpol notice. So I'm flying to Panama and when I landed, there's like, come with us. I'm like, for what? I'm like, do you have a business in the Dominican Republic? I'm like, yeah, I do. I just came back last week. Well, there's a problem. You have a red notice, Interpol red notice. I'm like, okay. I didn't do shit. So they stopped me for the interview for 24 hours, which 24 hours end up 30 hours in prison. Like not a prison, it's like a airport jail. Can you imagine being 50 years old, first time in my life, I was alone for 30 hours. The first 2 hours, I was pissed as hell. I can buy this airport. Fuck those assholes. They don't know who the hell I am. And then I just spent the time with myself. When I got home, Jessica was like, "How you doing?" and crying all this stuff. My kids dead, dead, dead. I'm like, this was the best time in my life. First time in my life, I was alone, without any devices, without anything. Just sit with myself, with my own thoughts. My whole life, when like finally the meditations, everything came in, the prayers, and I finally like connected with myself. We don't give ourselves a time. When we get bored, when we get sick of, we always want to do something, especially entrepreneurs. I'm not useful. I'm not. If I don't do anything, I'm not contributing to the society. Shut the fuck up. Sit with yourself. Listen. Be bored. Be still. Talk to you. Spend the time with your own thoughts. Find out who you truly are. Why you doing all this stuff for? Because there's no amount of money that's gonna make you enough. There's always somebody with a bigger yacht, with a bigger jet, with a bigger helicopter, with more houses, more businesses, with prettier wife. It's stop. You truly got everything within you, and just listen to the voice. Listen who you truly you are.
What you're saying resonates so much with me because I am that guy who cannot sit by myself. Like, I just have to be stimulated all the time.
You sitting 20 minutes though.
The only stillness I get is when I podcast
Okay.
and I get to interview someone. I obviously have my phone for the questions, but like I don't like I'm on the go. I'm multiple businesses, podcasts, content, this, that, the other, 4 kids, activities, and they're all in multiple sports. It's like running a million miles an hour. But when I do get 5 minutes to sit with myself and reflect, when I drive home, I don't put music on. Like, it's like therapy just to just be in silence, and there's still just a million sounds in my brain, you know. But for an hour of just pure stillness, and which is an incredible goal for me, that would be life changing.
It doesn't have to start with an hour. I'm getting goosebumps. It doesn't have to be an hour, brother. Because what happened, you know how to build new routines. It can start with 10 minutes. 10 minutes become 20. 20 becomes 30. But it's uncomfortable. Telling grown-ass men to sit with yourself, like, what the hell's wrong with you? And the thoughts are coming. And I'm telling you everything. Who the hell come up with this shit? Like, when my coach first time sent me to the, do you have like any homes, your favorite homes? I'm like, there's a beach home that I absolutely love it. He said, go there for 3 days and sit there without anything. What are you talking? 3 days? Like, dude, I cannot find 5 minutes. You know the bullshit story we tell ourselves. Dude, you have no idea about my schedule. I don't have 5 minutes. He goes, that's the problem. That's the problem. What do you mean you don't have 5 minutes? You know, all the stuff that I created in my head is like, that's what I have to do. This is this. And guess what? We cannot multitask. If the men are listening to this, we men cannot multitask. It's over. We cannot fucking walk and chew the gum because we bite the fucking tongue. We cannot. But guess what? That's what we're doing. So we don't do nothing. We're not present with our kids. We're not present. That's why so many divorces. We're not present with our kids. We're not present with our wives. And that's what? We're not present with the employees. We're not present with ourselves. We're not present with anybody. When you connect with yourself, brother, there's nothing better. It's like you overflowing. But what happened is our bucket is getting emptier and emptier. And you cannot satisfy with all this money. Oh, we're not a businesses. Oh, we're not a book and not a title and not a medal. It cannot. You get empty and you break like me.
How do you fill your cup? I was having the same discussion with someone at the dinner table 2 days ago. It's like this Gen Z cannot work in like customer service because they have nothing left in their cup. They're so stimulated by phones and all the things around them that by the time they go to interact with humans, they're just like they don't know how.
Well, that's what happiness is. We want the instant gratification. And here, what happened is when you want the instant gratification, you're scrolling the phone. That's the instant gratification. Having a drink, getting a line of cocaine. That's the dopamine level. It hits so much. The happiness when the dopamine level is for the next 20, 30, 50 years. That's what the happiness. But we are not patient. We want everything now. You want a car, let's buy a car. Well, you cannot afford it. Well, fucking, let's get a credit. Let's buy a home. Let's buy a business. Like everything. And we over leverage ourselves financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. God, I got the time for this. Read the Bible. Yeah, I got the time for this. What about the kids? Yeah, we're trying to rush it. Slower, brother, is faster. Try to build a business when you slow down. It's next level. Try to build a relationship with the wife or with the partner or with the kids when you slow down. It's amazing. But the problem, we got to find connection with ourselves. I could not connect with myself. I could not connect it with God, so I could not connect with the wives. And I'm not the guy that gives you like a marriage advices. I'm on the third one, so I definitely have. I'm 0 for 3, brother. So I don't have a good track record. You know what I mean? Even my own kids stopped talking to me for a year or two. So it's I'm not the guy to give you advices on that. I'm the work in progress. I'm the work in progress.
We're all work in progress.
Yeah.
But your progress is further than mine. And your wisdom is much more profound than mine right now. So it's like I'm all in on listening to you and applying it.
It's awareness and the consciousness level because we are energy and we got to raise it. You know what I mean? Having the awareness and understanding that we the energy and we have to connect with ourselves, it's everybody will benefit from you. Everybody. Your guys will love to be around you. Everybody, like people.
How do you slow down? How do you slow down when you're fed so much from society and and you're this high performer and you're a big CEO and you got all this other stuff and everybody's like asking for this, that, and the other and you got kids and this. How do you slow down?
Boundaries. Look at this shit, the boundaries. But if you don't have a boundaries with yourself because you never give a time to yourself, how can you give a boundaries to somebody else? We want to give. There's nothing else to give. Boundaries. I didn't even know what it means. And the problem is I was never present. Everybody need to have access to me. My phone's got to have access to me. This is like we are addicts. Show me any successful person. I can guarantee you he's an addict. I can guarantee you that. It's addictive personality. That's why I don't drink anymore. That's why I don't do drug anymore. Because I started drinking very late in my life. Very late. I already retired twice. And I knew if I go this way, it's not going to work. I mean, now I come to LA. And of course, I'm in LA, so let's do podcasts. Because this is my new mission. I know I'm an addict. Now I want to serve, I want to help 8 billion people to realize that the inner wealth, that we create our outer world through the inner world, but we don't take care of ourselves. That's why so much toxicity, so much hate in this world, so much killing, so many wars. We are divided by the politics, by the religion, by men, women, by transgender, by color, by social status, by financial status. And at the end of the day, we just want to be loved and connect with other people. That's what we're born here for. But we're playing this comparison game. Social media is the biggest gift, brother. And guess what? We're just looking, we're scrolling. Like I can look at like the algorithm, and I know who you're gonna be 3, 5 years from now. Like I tell my kids, tell me what you read, give me your routines, show me what you look at on the because social media is the biggest gift if you know how to use it.
How would you recommend using it based on
What the not
your own analytics?
well, mostly I give you different. I will go back to the question, and it's a true story. And love you, brother. I know you know what I'm talking, who I'm talking about. I have my amazing friend. He's my attorney, right? And he's in Colombia. Something through my feet came, feet. It's like Colombia, yeah, we don't say papa, we say papacito, cocaine, drugs, alcohol, blah, blah, blah. What goes to Colombia, stay in Colombia. And he moved to Colombia. And I saw the clip and I sent it to him as a joke. It's like, oh, that's why you're in Colombia? Brother, for the next 3 days, my whole algorithm changed. I have only Colombia, I have cocaine, I have alcohol, and all this stuff. But that's what we do to ourselves. We got to change the algorithm with us. What thoughts process we put in. What love we put in, what food we put in, what drink we put in, what the exercise we put in, what boundaries we put in, and the stillness, and how do we treat ourselves? I'm a 53 years old man that goes in the mirror every day like, I love you, motherfucker. I'm going to take care of you today. I neglect you for so many years. I will fucking take care of you. I will put the good thoughts in you, lovable thoughts. I will talk to God. I will put a faith in you. And it's just
You do that every day, just affirmation.
every single day. Every single day.
We do.
If you are full, everybody will benefit. Can you imagine like running on the empty tank in a car and you're on the highway? It's like it's a traffic and there's nothing. Like fuck. How am I gonna get there?
I don't know how to get full. I don't. I don't know how to fill my cup. It's like, especially after you get a divorce and you're kind of like searching again for meaning. Because I'm like you. It's like, here I am. It's like success, money, all that. We got that. Now here I am, like building a brand, podcasting. It's like a totally different venture. Not paying. It's like my contribution to society. Trying to like impact the world. Yet you're still trying to fill your cup.
Because see, what happened is when you get to divorce, like when that happened, right? To me, divorce happened 6 years ago, right? You have to understand, my definition of love, it was my wife and my kids. This was my definition.
Yeah.
And now suddenly I'm 48 years old man, and it was taken away.
48.
It was taken away from me.
Yeah.
Anything I ever put a vocabulary in love, that's what it is, that I need somebody to love. And the little Jarek was, fuck you, asshole, what about me? Where are you going to take care of me? But it took me years after divorce, after all this stuff, to find out that I'm the most important. If you tell people selfish, it's a bad word. You know what? It may be, but if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else. Love is loving you. You are love. You are abundance. You don't need anything from the outside. Anything can be taken away, not you. If there's bankruptcy, there's bankruptcy, there's a hardship. Anything's going on. The kids, the wife, you lose close one. It's normal. It's gonna happen.
It's
But
hard.
nobody can take away you.
You contextualize it in a way that's so understandable. It's like your wife can leave you, your kids will leave at some point, your business partner leaves, everybody moves on,
And it will happen.
but you
God,
don't move
God
on.
will send you the obstacles to teach you a lesson. God loves you, and we are on this world to serve. We're
Yeah.
not entitled to shit. We already got a body. We're already alive. That's the biggest entitlement you can possibly get, and we're not thankful for that. You know that I started thanking my body after the ski accident when I ended up in the hospital 6 months, 13 surgery, almost lost my leg. I was always grateful. I never thanked my body. I never thanked my heart to beat. I never said that I thank you that I have hands, that I have a brain, that I can comprehend. Never said that. I have to go through tragic accident to like, holy shit, I'm alive. I have a legs, I have a hand, I have everything else.
Was it the ski accident that created this transformation? Was that a catalyst?
I was, you know what? I was, you know what? It was the first obstacle that I missed that God sent it to me. Yarek, it's time to wake up. Get out of the bubble, the reality, that the delusional reality that, from the outside world. That was the first, but I did not get the message. So this was first was the skiing, then then it was divorce. Then after divorce was losing my kids for a while. That was like that was like.
How do you lose your kids for a while? They just decided not to call you, or there was an issue with
Well,
the
remember
mom?
I have two older kids. So what happened is, they remember when I never played because remember I was never present father. So when I played the role, well, yeah, Dad, I want to do this. Well, you got everything. So it's like, well, but I want to go to daddy, father dance. I'm like, well, I don't do that, but all the fathers do. Well, do they live like us? No. So, I was like, Dad, I want to talk to you, and I was like, I'm in the man cave. I just did 100 miles on the bike. I don't have time for that. My kids want me, so they never have a message for me. They always have mom is to raise you. I'm here to protect you and make sure that you have everything provided. So I did my work. The kids' language love is not a love, it's time. But I never give them a time. So when divorce happened and mama have all the dialogue for 10, 15, 16 years, they were older, guess what? They listen to mom. They don't listen to dad. Who are you now? You gonna, oh, now you father? Where you were for the last 16, 18, 12 years of my life. And I own it. I deserve it because I was never present. But I didn't know how to be present with them because I didn't know how to be present with myself. There was always something. So they listened to the dialogue that they've been listening. I was always in raising my kids on the back seat, not even on the driver's seat, on the back seat. Yeah, go to mom, go to mom, go to mom. You know what I mean? I just wrote the check.
We all, mom is the primary caretaker. There's not much we can do as
No,
fathers,
no.
anyways,
I,
about
I
that.
have my kids now 7, 7, and it's like, you know what? I believe. Again, that's what the society wants us to believe. But what happened is because what happened is we can spend time and be present with our kids, and we never are because we're busy.
Yeah.
You know that I was going Nataka, I love you, so but I'm gonna say it. A year ago, 6 months ago, I was driving with my oldest daughter. She got a job in Montauk, and I was driving to
Where's Montauk?
Montauk, Long Island, right? Montauk,
Okay.
right? And I'm like, let me drive with you so I can go. I drive with you. I love it. So we and I, spent father daughter time. She told me a story that she learned how to ride a bike, some kind of trick. She remembered detail for detail that she came home. She was waiting for me, and to show me the trick. I got out of the car, out of the garage. I was on the phone. Brother, I have no idea who the fuck I was on the phone. I don't remember that shit at all. I was on the phone and she was waiting to show me the trick. Finally, she has to go back. She has to go back to bed and go to and it was about bedtime. She never did. She still remembered that. I have no idea who I was on the phone with, who was my client, if I make money or not. But she took this experience 16 years later and lived with her. My dad never had time. Everybody was more important than me. I don't even know. I don't even remember that, but she does. I'm just teaching, I'm preaching, I'm telling like all this stuff. I'm go on the stages, I'm go on the podcast. 6 months ago, I'm coming back. I have a podcast with some, I don't know. I was in my group with Dean and Tony, and my son texts me that there's a graduation, and everybody wants to write a letter, for him for graduations. So that just make sure that you guys write, the siblings write, the uncles and everybody that know my son because of our middle school graduation. When I got out of the podcast, it was like I have like 380. I remember that I have 300 text messages, and there was like probably 20 for my kids. But I just scrolled through it about this message. I'm driving from Miami. I was on the stage. I'm driving to Miami with my best friend. My son calls me crying. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm like, wow, what happened? And he's crying. Dad, today they was revealing the letters. Everybody got 10, 20 letters, 6 letters. I got one. I'm like, fuck. I start crying like, are you kidding me? Now I have to process this in for a month because now imagine like he's not important. He got, how many uncles he has? And he's got 4 siblings. He got one letter. Just out of my house, he could get 6. He got one. He trusted me. He sent me the text message because he knew I'm gonna send to my brothers. For my brother, he just for my brotherhood, he will get like 100 letters. He got one because Dad wasn't present. Dad scrolled through the text messages because he got now 278 text messages, and that's what we do. And I could hurt my son for the rest of his life. I was never important. I was never enough. My dad never cared. My dad never loved me. Dude, I was in the podcast. I got 380 text messages. I can give you a lot of excuses.
He doesn't care about those.
No. But that's what we do to ourselves. I'm getting goosebumps. That's what we do to ourselves, too. The loved one are waking us up, but we don't listen. Son, daughter, you don't get it. Like I have my third wife goes like, I don't care about the money. I just want you. Yeah, because we have all the money. Shut up. Where I'm going to learn the lesson. We want to do everything for everybody, nothing for ourselves. When we become priority, when we become present with ourselves, then suddenly, even being at this, I'm present. I have a lot of deals going right now. I can be my head somewhere else and be here. I'm like, when the fuck this is going to finish? It took me years to learn this too. I'm on the high spectrum of ADHD. Me sitting here is like a more than you can imagine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Super high performers are always
Yeah.
at the highest spectrum of ADHD.
It's a gift. It's a gift.
Matter of fact, I was talking to my son's teacher, and I by design I tried, Jarek, to go to everything now for my kids because I'm like I don't care about money anymore. Like I'm gonna go to practices. I'm gonna go to this.
But do you go when you're on the phone?
That's the problem.
So you're not there. You see you're not going there.
Like I'm still working.
Can you imagine like you were doing this podcast right now? I'll be on the phone. Can you imagine that? Or like going to the dinner and have the phone and be on the phone. I can tell you, you go to dinner with me, and you on the phone, and we can make $100 or $1 billion deal. I can guarantee you, the deal's not done. We're done. I'm not doing a deal with you. You disrespect me. If the phone is more important, amen. You disrespect the server, the boss boy, anybody, we done. And we do it. So I'm there. Another story. I met my girl, and my son went to the dentist, and I told him, that's a good one. And I told him, son, after the dentist, we're gonna go rollerblading, and we're gonna go for breakfast, and I'm gonna take you to school. We went rollerblading, went for the breakfast. I just met this girl, right? It was like 5, 6 years ago, and we've been dating like 6 months. And she asked him a question. Patrick, so what do you like to do with your father? I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. watch this shit. Watch. He's gonna say we're going to the, all the lake. I mean, all the Miami Heat games. We on the floor or the boxes. We go to the hockey game, to the Dolphins game, Denver Broncos game. We fly, our jet. We're going skiing, and the same day we're going skiing and scuba diving. Like, wow, tell her. I mean, I'm thinking in my head, you're not gonna believe this shit. He goes, I like to watch TV with my dad. I'm like, yeah, tell her more, tell her more, tell her all the stuff we do, the games that is. Like, no, I like to watch TV with you, Dad. I'm like, what? There must be something more. Ready? Yes, Dad. I like to watch TV with you when you don't touch your phone. So I can stop the TV and ask you what you see and I can talk about the movie. Brother, my tear dropped. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, what do we do, brother? What the fuck do we do? We do this shit unconsciously, but we do it with ourselves too.
So, rude awakening for me, personally. And that's what your kids want. It's like that undivided attention.
That's it.
Yeah. And mastering that is so hard, Jarek. It's
What are
like,
you feeling now? Because I see your body is going nuts right now. This
I-
is your podcast, I know, brother.
I know.
By the way, I make people cry on my podcast.
Me too. It's always emotional, but it's like I can just hear my son's voice saying that to me. It's like, Dad, get off your phone. My 5-year-old telling me that. Like I could see him like at football, like, did you see me pull the flag? I'm on the phone, but I saw him pull the flag. Give him a thumbs up. I could see the disappointment, It sucks.
Remember, we're all guilty.
Yeah.
The devil gives us bribes, a little bit this, and then we're just in it, and we're in the game.
Yeah.
And remember, they're gonna raise the kids. I'm a father of 5. Listen, consciously, unconsciously, my parents, my teachers hurt me. They didn't know. They programmed me the way they were programmed. By the pain, by lack of knowledge, by lack of wisdom, lack of awareness. I did the same thing. And now I'm speaking to wake the people up that we have everything within us and we need to be present. We got to connect with ourselves. We got to connect with our kids. So there's less suicides. People are happier. People don't look for the instant gratification. You know what I mean? And because they gonna model exactly what you do. Like I read 12 books a week. And what happened, I was always reading the books on audiobooks so they can, you know what I mean? And my friend told me a few years ago, it's like, dude, you read so much. Like, dude, your kids read, right? And I'm like, no. And he goes, you read so much. I'm like, oh, no, I don't read the audiobooks. Like, I don't have time for that. Like, I like the audiobooks. And he goes, so how does your kids know? Your kids thinks that you on the phone all the time doing business or scrolling or social media or something. I'm like, what the hell? I start reading. Now my kids start putting books, going to, my daughter 13 went to Barnes and Nobles buying books. I was like, wow. I did not tell them. I don't eat sugar for 2 years. Don't eat sugar, don't eat ice cream, it's bad for you, blah, blah. But yet, I'm eating sugar. My son just start cutting 17 pounds. Just cutting sugar. You cannot tell the kids don't watch TV. You watch TV. Don't watch the you know what I mean, the phone, and then do you watch? They watch.
Yeah. They see
But
everything.
dude, but I work. Look at the way you live. Shut the fuck up. Like, don't complain. They don't care about any of this shit. Seriously. They better be with me at the economy class in the last row of the seats than on my private jet, and that's what I care. That's what I want. Tadla kids don't wait in line. They do now. I met my girl, and we're flying to Poland. We're in the first class line, and I'm like, "No, come here. This is a line. This is like, I pay $6,000 for the ticket to go to Europe." And he goes like, "No, I'm there over there with the economy." I'm like, "No, no, this is ours line right here. I pay for it. This is the." And she goes, "We're still going to the same place. We're still getting on the one plane." I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" We're entitled to all this stuff.
So now with your kids, like you're present, no phone.
Brother, I'm still screwing this up. We just talked before the podcast, right? It's like you gotta do better 1% every day. You will screw up. I just screwed up like a few months ago with the letter. I screw up all the time. But catching and like knowing and having the awareness. I want to be present. I'm trying to do everything. I'm trying to make up the time that I lost. But the problem is we cannot change the past. We can only change the future. And actually, the moment is now. I'm trying, but it's not in my subconscious mind to sit, be present, and talk to the kids. I have to learn this stuff. It's uncomfortable. I don't know how to ask questions even. How was your day? I don't even know that. I was never present. I have to learn. I have to read books. I have to listen to podcasts. I have to listen to social media of parenting. I'm learning. Like we learn about stuff about business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is more important than business.
Believe me, when and I can guarantee you, who anybody's listening to right now, when you connect with yourself and you become present and you really figure out that your inner world truly, truly, in a few years, creates your outer world, your business, the abundance will come. You are love, you are abundant, and you got everything you need within you. Believe me, your outer world will change. You will get to the plane, you will get to another house, you will get to the beach house, the ski house, whatever you want, the European house, everything will get there. But take your time. Slower is better. We are on the journey. And the journey, there's no destination. It's who we become on the journey. That's why we have all the hardships. You know, for me, was the ski trip. For me, I mean, ski accident. To me, was the divorce. First, second, third. For me, was the kids. You know what I mean? Financial struggles. It was. Was it just the lessons? But it's nice to learn from those lessons. But we are programmed by our parents. We got to reprogram ourselves. You know how nice this. You know how nice it is to program yourself the way who you wanna be, not what your parents told you to be. I love my parents. My parents are still alive. They're 85, 82. They have no idea what they wanna be to make them happy. They still don't know. They're gonna die like that. We are the generational changers.
We have the resources to figure out like how to improve.
And program yourself from inside out. Who do you truly want to be? And who you truly are. And it's not gonna take a month or a year. It's a journey, brother. But when I people when I ask people like who are you, the first thing, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a father, I'm a boss, I'm the husband. People give you all the titles. What? The identity. Who truly you are, like I and my question, like who is Yarek, it keep changing. I keep evolving, I keep finding who I am. But you're not gonna hear me, I'm the father, I'm an entrepreneur, or I'm a business real estate guru. I'm a little Polish guy trying to figure out life. And I want to share with the world so they don't freaking stop killing themselves and go through depression or through the burnout. The burnout is a bullshit story. We're just chasing something that we never will chase.
I got a couple last questions. This one's about raising your kids. How are you? Because, you came dead broke from Poland, and you built an empire, a real estate empire. How are you instilling that same level of grit, that mindset, into your kids to really work hard to accomplish the same kind of lifestyle? Because they've been handed everything, flying on private jets, sitting on, you know, the floor seats of the Miami Heat. How do you instill hustle into kids that are, given, you know, a true silver spoon? I mean, a silver spoon's not even, it's an understatement.
Look at this. That's a good question, actually. And I've been asked the question a lot. And like the question comes a lot around very wealthy families, a lot at the dinner tables when we sit down and talk. And the answer is one: we got to teach them. They're not gonna have the grit. They're not gonna have the hunger. They're not. They don't need to. They need to have the emotional intelligence to be able to use all the resources that we have. We give it to them, and that's hard. Not the IQ, not the BQ, business intelligence, not the technology, the TQ, the EQ, the emotional intelligence, being able to use all the resources and all the knowledge that my parents, my grandparents, the parents, because there's so many families, I follow so many families, they're wealthy from generation to generation. That's what they do. That's what we got to implement. Bring the awareness.
Yeah, like Trump was given what $100 million to start,
But so what? Yeah, but we can
and
But then he took it and took it to the next level.
yeah, and then how his younger and his boys now,
Yeah.
Eric Trump became a billionaire on his own. Started,
Hmm.
you know, Trump.
It is emotional intelligence.
He's
Being
done a
able
great
to
job
use,
teaching them.
being able, exactly. Being able, it's like what? You cannot just not give it to them. You gotta give it to them. You spoil them, but you gotta teach them how to use it. And when you're not present, you cannot do it. You can do it. Your kids will not start like my kids. They're not suddenly not gonna start listening because the father said so.
Couple last questions. This is a goal question. What's a personal goal that you have for yourself? A family goal that you have for your family? And I don't even know if you have any business goals, but we'll throw that in there too.
My personal goal is to reach 8 billion people in this world to help them to find themselves, find their purpose and fulfillment, and happy life. To get out of the devices and the algorithm for the instant gratification and quick dopamine hits. So reach people to enjoy the journey, not the destination, and the person they become on the journey. So that's my personal. I want to reach 8 billion people. Am I delusional? Maybe I am, but that's my goal. And it wakes me up every single morning. What is the goal for my family? Definitely reunite them, um, help them make sure that my kids truly know who they are, not what the father wants them, not what the mother wants them, or not what the society wants them to do, what they truly, truly want, and find a purpose and fulfillment in life and happiness. For business, I want to change my culture of my companies. So, it's very hard in business be not transactional, but just change the culture. Like my emphasis will be just whatever I'm teaching, I'm preaching when I'm gonna go on the stages, my books. It just change the culture of my company and be more present and spend more time with them. You know what I mean? Because they have access to me.
One last question. When you're in front of the pearly gates, what do you think God's going to tell you?
You did pretty good during your life, Because you know what? That's a good. It's funny. I talked about it 2 days ago to my friend. I think there are life is preparing us for afterlife. So you better go and surf. And whatever you're going through, hard or good, go share it with some people because people needs to hear your story. And I think that's the biggest thing that I'm preparing for my afterlife. But I'm gonna still live another 70 years, brother. I'm obsessed if it comes to my health and
Yeah.
what I put in. And I'm completely obsessed with that. So,
No,
but
we
I'm
all are. We're all
definitely
biohacking. We're all cutting.
I'm huge on biohacking. I'm huge on the soul hacking. I wanna figure out like more who truly I am and the longevity. It's huge. But I'm also go deep in the spirituality, my soul, my spirit, my heart, my love, faith with God, faith with who we truly are. That's my goal.
No, you look like you're gonna live another 70 years.
Oh hell yeah, watch me. Dude, I have more energy right now being 53 than I was 16 or 20.
I'm in the best shape and also the most energetic I've ever been myself. Now
Yeah.
I'm 44,
Yeah.
so I get it.
I'm telling you that global, like this financially, like globally, financially, we are connected. The same thing with through all the wisdom, education, and technology, and the biohacking. Now there's a guy from India. We all sharing the wisdom right now. We have access. We don't need a doctor. We don't need an attorney. We don't need anybody anymore. We can access it from everywhere else. So we can live better quality life. Have and I tell people, when you fix your inner world and you freaking truly happy, suddenly you only see happiness outside. I'm telling you, your wife is hotter, you have a better sex, your partner, your kids are smarter, because suddenly when you truly only have love and positivity and like ecstasy in you, you only see the good stuff. Suddenly you don't see the bad stuff. So that's what that would be my biggest goal.
Jarek, this has been one of my favorite podcasts. This is
Thank you, brother.
lots of profound wisdom. You've been very, very inspirational, motivational, and it's a true testament that who cares about money? I mean, I know fortunately, money came as a result or byproduct of our efforts, but it's our inner self that's like the most important, and you really inspired me to really reflect more. And despite the fact, if there's anybody listening, just if you touch one soul, the show was worth it. I'm sure you're going to touch a lot of souls.
Thank you,
from
brother.
it. God bless you. I hope you hit all of your goals, and may there be more fruit in the relationship and growth with your children and all the people. And I hope you touch 8, 10, 20 billion people, because I know that you're gonna live another 100 years. So
there you go.
You got a lot of time.
We have time. And that's funny. Whoever listens right now, we do have lots of time. Nothing has to happen now. And I'm supposed to be a lot farther than this in life. No, you're supposed to be exactly where you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop with the regret. Forgiving yourself is the biggest freaking gift. And it's not easy to forgive yourself. Well, because I should have, I would have, Shut up. We are here today. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. That's it.
Jarek, if people want to connect with you, how do they find you?
Find me on Instagram, YouTube. Instagram channel is the best one. Tadla Jarek at Tadla. My first and my last name. I'm gonna put a link. And YouTube, all my social media. When you put my name, you will find me.
Tadla Jarek, and Jarek is Jarek.
Jarek. So.
Thank you, Tadla. Thank you, Jarek. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show. It's been an absolute blessing. I'm inspired. I'm pumped up. God bless you. Thank you for jumping on Coffeez for Closers.
Thank you.
Jarek Tadla. Make sure you connect with him, guys. This guy is going to change the world. God bless. Thanks for tuning in.